Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Good evening and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10, tracking another calm night across North Mississippi, but a cold one at that. We thank you so much for joining us for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe and tracking, yes, those calm and cool conditions across the entirety of our viewing area here in North Mississippi. And getting into the start of our Wednesday, a breezy and brisk start. Yeah, it is going to be a cold one for sure, but those breezy conditions making it feel that much colder. Beyond that, sun, and more sun. That's how much sunshine we're going to see heading into that extended forecast before some limited rain chances move in by this weekend. So I hope you're ready for the week ahead. It's going to be a beautiful one, and it starts tonight. Yeah, that first 12 right now already showcasing those dry and mostly clear conditions, but that allows for those cooler conditions to push in as well. 37 degrees by 11, falling off into that same realm by 5 and 6 a.m. on your morning commute. So Wednesday morning starting off cool for sure, but those breezy conditions about 5 to 10 miles an hour, making those feels like values bump down just a bit. And even though temperatures are reading in the upper 30s, potentially in the low 30s for those feels like values. But beyond that, you can see that cloud cover not going to be too much of an issue throughout the day, and that sunshine going to reign supreme, warming us up back into the mid 50s by 11 a.m. and it only goes up from there. Temperatures right now already seeing those cold conditions move in. Again, not much change from where we're sitting at right now with 38 New Albany, same thing Water Valley, 38 Belzona, and 40 Senatobia, Clarksdale, and South Haven. These aren't going to be falling back too much, but those breezy conditions in place going to definitely make it feel a little bit worse than what it actually is. Our temperature change, you can see the big differences right along the Tennessee state line with a 6 to 7 degree temperature difference, and that's on the higher end, so trending warmer over the past 24 hours. Down south, a little bit less of a difference, only about 1, 2, maybe 3 degree difference from this time 24 hours ago. But we remember how cold this morning was. Not going to be as cold tomorrow morning in regards to actual temperatures. Those feels like values, that's going to be the worst part of it. Our Mississippi Live Weather radar is staying dry as it has done so all day long. Put that on a 12-hour loop and it helps you visualize a little bit more on those on what we've seen here in North Mississippi. So staying dry even into those overnight hours, no change expected within that forecast. But then we get into surface analysis, and this will help you really see what we're dealing with here in the northern half of the Magnolia State. Now, down south, high pressure system still in the area. That's giving us those dry conditions. But then heading into our forecast on our Wednesday, we are dealing with this front that's going to begin to move in and give us some cooler, and I'm going to keep in the dry air around as well. But I'm going to go ahead and put dry on there just because whenever we see a cold front, we usually think, well, that's going to bring at least a few chances of showers. No, not this one. This is a dry cold front that's going to move through and drop those temperatures just a bit. So tomorrow, feeling warmer, but then by Thursday, falling back just a bit. And then if we look at that really extended pattern and extend this out one more time, one of the things that Matt was talking about at 5 and 6, oh, am I still drawing? Don't want to be. There we go, is this system right back here. And this is going to be our system that moves in by the time we get towards our weekend. And I'm not going to draw out the whole, actually, why not? That's going to be our weekend system that's giving us that minimal chance of rainfall, but chance of rainfall nonetheless. And it's our best chance of rainfall over that entire 7-day span. So let's bring it back here to North Mississippi because, again, that's several days out. Let's focus on the here and now. The here and now is going to be high pressure, keeping our forecast dry, but driving those winds from the south instead of that northerly breeze that we've been experiencing over the past few days. That, as that high pressure system starts to shift, we'll get that change in the wind direction, bringing up some of that southerly wind, as you can see right there, right into North Mississippi and even for parts of Arkansas and Louisiana. But then, back behind the front, this is that cool and dry pattern pushing in. Look at those winds. starting to push in out of that northwest direction. So that's that shift that we're going to be experiencing along this frontal system as we inch closer to our Wednesday morning and really by our Wednesday afternoon. So breezy conditions still out of the south by 6 a.m. That's dropping those temperatures just a bit. But as the day goes on, those winds start to shift to a little bit of a southwesterly to a westerly before really shifting into a northwesterly even by early afternoon. So that shift is going to be very pronounced, but it's also going to take shape with our temperatures by our Thursday. So Wednesday afternoon remains unaffected, and we'll continue to see those dry conditions and warm temperatures for our Wednesday before those start to take a little bit more of a step back. 6 a.m., 37 degrees, all the way up into the upper 50s, which I know I'm using warm as terminology for this forecast. Warm is relative compared to what we've been experiencing. As you know, earlier on this week, our high temperatures were in the 40s. So the fact that we're in the upper 50s, that is warmer than things have been. My wife, she's letting me know. She's like, Gabe, you can't use warm whenever we're not talking about 70s. So I want to put that out there that I'm not talking 70s. No, this is just upper 50s, but nonetheless, it is still a warmer pattern than where things have sat the past few days. And we will take a step back Thursday before climbing back into the start of the weekend. We'll get into that, all that extended forecast here in just a few moments. But we're also going to get into those parade planners. We know that Grenada having theirs tomorrow evening. Just what will those conditions look like and how much will that wind chill affect our forecast? We'll have a full breakdown of that and much more detail, as well as those limited rain chances this weekend coming up here from the Room to Room Weather Center live on Mississippi Live Weather at 10 in the next 60.
Enjoy your home for the holidays with store-wide savings at Room to Room. 50% off, 48-month special financing, and as our gift to you, a free accessory buyer's card. There's something here for everyone, including gift cards. Merry Christmas from Room to Room Tupelo.
By the time you see the symptoms of lung cancer, it could be too late. Now there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early. If you smoked, get scanned.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
Our Merry and Bright Christmas light promo continues into our Tuesday, December 9th. This submitted by Christy. Had to bring in some of that inside Christmas decor. And my favorite part about this picture is the fact that we have not one, but two trees. You see that one there in the distance? I love a house that's filled with trees. We have two in the Maynard household, one in the bedroom, one in the main living room area. So we're trying to add to that collection. I know growing up, I think we had like 5 or 6. My mom wanted a tree in every room in the house. So we did what we could, and decorating was a fun time. So Christy, I know the lifestyle. I know the experience of trying to get a tree up in every room, and I love the decor, love the lights, love all the ornaments. Just such a cool sight there, and brings so much joy in the household when those lights are on. Lacey also submitting this Weather Watcher picture, but of course for the Merry and Bright Christmas light promo, you do have Santa on, I believe that's a tractor. I might get that wrong off the top of my head, but it looks like a tractor with some of his friends there in the trailer. And then you have the lights on the house as well. And as I've been mentioning over the past few days, I love seeing lights strung on the house because we just did it here at the Maynard household. And again, it was an experience to say the least. So always have a little bit more respect for folks that are hanging it along their house because it is a journey. It is a marathon, not a sprint whatsoever, especially to get it exactly right. Looking great out there, Lacey. So thank you again for submitting your picture. And if you want us to air any of your Christmas light pictures, submit those to the Mississippi Live Weather app or on Matt Lobpon's Facebook page, and we'll work our way to air as many of those as possible heading into our Christmas season. Now, this isn't Christmas lights, but it was still a beautiful sight there in Pontotoc. Diane submitting this picture. I love seeing the, what's the word I'm looking for? I took art in high school, and that's the only thing I know about photography was through that class. I believe this is the foreground. seeing some of that, some of those weeds right there. And then in the background, I think I'm right on that. Ooh, my art teacher would be proud. Background, you get those hues of that sunset with those oranges, those yellows, and the blue. I mean, it was a beautiful blue sky all day long, and wrapped it up with a gorgeous sunset there in Pontotoc, but all the way across North Mississippi. Temperatures, where we sit right now, 39 degrees Houston, 37 Bruce and Tupelo, 40 in Iuka, same thing Senatobia and Cleveland, as well as Greenville. So pretty uniform across the board, but still a cool evening nonetheless. Feels like values already being bumped down, especially out there in the Delta, because if you look at that temperature differential, we're 40 degrees in actual temperatures, dropping down close to freezing with 33 Tunica, South Haven, and Senatobia, 32 New Albany for feels like values, so feeling like freezing, and no surprise there, 33 Houston and 36 towards Starkville. Now, if you've not walked outside, I recommend doing so for at least 1 minute, and then you'll get to experience what that wind chill is like, because feels like temperatures, although they are not the actual reading, it's what you're actually experiencing as you walk outside, and it feels like this. And those breezy conditions make the low 30s, to me, more miserable than the upper 20s with no breeze. It's just, I guess, a personal thing, but I do not look forward to a breezy forecast. This morning was not bad whatsoever. Not really a breezy forecast. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be sprinting out the door to walk at least to a car, and then sprinting right back in the house because I need to get back to the warmth. Wind speeds, of course, where you see the biggest temperature differential over there in northwest Mississippi. No surprise with those 10 to 12 mile an hour, should I say. Wind speeds out here on the southeast side of our viewing area, only about 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 miles an hour, so that's not anywhere comparable to northwest part of our state. As you take a look at wind gusts, even higher than that, so gusts could get up to 20 miles an hour, so don't be surprised if those winds make those real feel values a little bit colder. Now, as we look at our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, staying dry through tonight, that is a big benefit in our forecast, and one that we are not complaining about whatsoever. But as we continue to walk through that forecast moving forward, we'll see that those dry conditions will stick around as well. Water vapor imagery, yeah, I know there's a little bit of green showing up out there. That's going to be in the form of some cloud cover, but that's really the extent of the moisture. We're not going to get any rainfall in North Mississippi in the next 24 hours. It is a very, very dry pattern. Day planner showcases this in a little bit more detail with those mostly clear skies from midnight up until 6 a.m. and temperatures, yeah, they're in the upper 30s right now. That's where they'll continue to be even into the early part of our Wednesday morning. So that commute, not looking too shabby if you can handle those cold temperatures that we've been having for several days now. Our futurecast throughout our Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, you can see those breezy conditions coming out of the south. That's going to drop those temperatures just a bit for some of those wind chill values. But by the time we get into that Wednesday morning, we're already seeing, or should I say Wednesday morning commute, we're already seeing that front inch closer and closer, and that's going to shift our winds to more of a northwesterly flow moving into our Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday morning, breezy conditions, but those winds coming out of the south, so that's why low temperatures are not too low, if you know what I mean. 36 degrees Bruce, Houston, Tupelo, 38 Starkville, 36 Greenwood and Grenada, and 40 around Clarksdale. But those wind chill values, you can see where those are really bumping those values down all the way to around freezing for those real feel values. So layering up will be very, very important, especially as you drop the little ones off at school. 37 degrees around drop off, still with those feels like values in the low 30s. But as the day goes on, lunch 55 degrees, the last bell 58, and those sunny skies reigning supreme all day long. Few clouds here and there, but not bringing any rainfall whatsoever. This is another picture-perfect forecast across North Mississippi. Now let's keep that futurecast going this into your Wednesday morning, and you can see that front extending across the northern half of the Magnolia State. Now as that moves across the area, those winds already starting to shift. As you can see right there on the southern end of the front, those southwesterly winds building in. But as we move this forward, you can see those northwesterly winds starting to flow into the area, and that's going to be that drier and cooler forecast that we'll experience by Thursday. What that means, Wednesday afternoon going to be good to go and not going to be dealing with any rainfall and not dealing with anything too cold. I mean, Wednesday afternoon, we're going to be the warmest that we've been in several days now. So I know what you're saying, Gabe. There's green on the screen. It's one of those things where a lot of these showers remain elevated if they were to even be showers at all. Whenever we see this on Futurecast, I really expect this to be a little bit of some high-end cloud cover, but not anything that's coming down to the ground that we need to worry about. So I still have dry conditions throughout our Wednesday, and those begin to work their way out. And as you can see, clear conditions beyond that point. So Wednesday afternoon, what are we experiencing? Yeah, a warmer forecast. Notice how I said warmer, not warm. Yeah, we're not in the warm season anymore. 60 degrees Houston, Amory, Columbus, 58 Water Valley, 56 Senatobia and South Haven, and 59 in Greenville. Our parade planner tomorrow evening, we know that Grenada is going to be action-packed. They're experiencing a cooler forecast, but already getting a little bit better than where things were today, and today was better than where things were yesterday. So Wednesday, not a bad day whatsoever to plan a parade. 52 degrees by 5, 45 by 7, and 41 by 9 o'clock. So dry conditions once again. Don't need to worry about any of that rain gear for any of those Christmas parade celebrations. Now let's expand this out, and as you can see, the front, think of the past at this point once we get into our Wednesday evening, and that's where things will just remain dry across North Mississippi. Up towards our north, our neighbors up north, definitely dealing with some precipitation, whether it's winter, whether it's just rainfall. I mean, it depends on where they're at, but not a concern for us here in North Mississippi. High pressure does keep things dry. As you can see with it out towards our west, we still get this northerly flow into parts of Texas, Arkansas, and North Mississippi. So that's not going to give us anything noteworthy in our forecast. Our skies stay mostly clear and mostly dry, or should I say dry, not just mostly. It will remain dry all day long. Let's bring it back here to that home view and we can walk through that forecast in a bit more detail. 6 a.m. on your Thursday, heading out the door to a cold, I almost said cold. It kind of just came out altogether. A colder start than what things are sitting at Wednesday morning. So as we continue to go about the day, those temperatures do warm up nicely, but will be a step back from what we'll have on Wednesday. So by noontime, still mostly clear and sunny skies once again. So Thursday, a beautiful forecast for any of those parade plans that we have then. I got to look at the schedule and see what parades are happening Thursday. I know Saltillo is on Friday, and then we have plenty of parades happening on Saturday. Got to look back at Thursday to see what's exactly happening, because this is a day where we all need to be heading outside. We have beautiful blue skies. We'll have a southerly breeze that's just a nice afternoon breeze that we love whenever we're going about any of those outdoor plans. So this is a forecast that we don't need to bat an eye about. This is definitely one that we need to enjoy. High temperatures on Thursday, upper 40s along the Tennessee state line, but this is what I mean, a step back from where things will sit on our Wednesday, with low to mid 50s across North Mississippi, 55 Greenwood, Kosciuszko, 53 Starkville, and 52 around Vernon. So not going to be those low 60s like some areas are expecting to see Wednesday afternoon, but it is not the upper 40s. We'll take some benefits. High temperatures over the next few days. By the time Thursday wraps up, warmer temperatures move back into the area with 62 degrees by the afternoon. Then we start to trend down. Saturday, 59 degrees, and then Sunday, 46 degrees. And neither of our weekend days are of concern whenever it comes to temperatures like what we were talking about 48 hours ago. Just the atmosphere has started to shift from that. But we are watching for Monday. Once all of this moisture clears out by the weekend, we are going to see a significant cool down, potentially an extreme cool down, moving into the start of Monday. And that's what we're paying attention to in that extended forecast, is going to be how cold do we get Monday morning. Saturday, that limited moisture results in 20% chance of rainfall. Expect that number to be flexible over the next few days, but not going to be widespread impacts. I think we'll be able to squeeze in a few plans outside for sure. Sunday, limited moisture trying to linger in the forecast, but once all that works out, these temperatures cool off. 46 degrees Sunday, and then those lows Monday, 27 degrees is what we have right now, potentially being even lower. That's why you guys need to stay tuned here to Mississippi Live Weather. I know it's a dry and clear forecast, but there's still a few questions heading into this weekend that we're looking to assess and answer over the next few days. So let me think. Hang on. Sorry, I was looking in the chat and I saw gift of Gab, and I was thinking that it's a gift of Gabe for a second. It's like, oh, well, I'm flattered. But I think there's better gifts this holiday season. I'm trying to read through the chat. Merry Christmas to the Mainers. Merry Christmas, Pam, and Merry Christmas to everybody in North Mississippi. I hope you guys are having a very festive and joyful holiday season. This is such a wonderful time of year. We've enjoyed getting to go to all the parades in North Mississippi, and we'll keep that coverage going this week. If you did miss it tonight, we were in Amory, enjoying a great time out there, and Matt got to show off the whole parade. So if you missed it, go to his page, Matt Lopon on Facebook, and you'll be able to watch that whole parade back, every float with some great commentary, might I add. It was giving Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So shout out folks of Amory as well as Matt for getting that together. It was a good time, and I enjoyed it watching behind the scenes. So if you missed it, highly recommend going back and watching it. Pat, I appreciate it. You guys are so flattering at 10 o'clock. I don't deserve you guys. Amazing time, such a great community, and I love it whenever you guys get to gab with Gabe just a little bit. And I will be done taking up your evening. I know you guys are trying to go to sleep. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you have not done so, go ahead and get that free app. It has our parade coverage on there, as well as our 24/7 stream with all of our shows on it. So Scan the QR code on your screen today, iOS and Android, right there. MSLiveWeather.com also has our forecast on there as well. Just another one of those layers we can add to those layers of protection as we head into this evening and into our Wednesday. 6:30, 7, and 7:30 will be our next live broadcast with meteorologist Maggie McCauley, tracking the latest on those cold temperatures and what to expect heading into this weekend and Monday. Going to be a fun time. So make sure to grab your cup of coffee and join her for those morning shows. We'll be back at 5, 6, and 10, hopefully from a parade of some sort. So if you have any options, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll add that to the list for potential parades to go to tomorrow. But until then, have a terrific Tuesday night and a wonderful Wednesday ahead, and we will see you back here bright and early on Mississippi Live Weather.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.